Hugo was already a married man long before the village began to whisper his name with fear. He married his first wife early, and by the time their first child turned 24, the damage had already been done. He had infected her with HIV. Together they had 4 children, 3 boys and a girl. His daughter was 15, the same age as Purity, attending the same school, sitting in the same classroom, breathing the same youthful dreams. Yet while his daughter went home every day to a mother silently battling illness, another child was being prepared for sacrifice. Purity's closest friend was Oma. They were inseparable, 2 15-year-old girls in junior secondary school, preparing for WAEC, dreaming of adulthood without understanding its dangers. That Christmas evening, the village glowed with celebration. By 7 p.m., masquerades danced wildly in the market square, drums echoed into the night, and young boys and girls dressed in their finest clothes, laughter spilling freely. Purity and Oma walked hand in hand, greeting friends, smiling, soaking in the warmth of the season. Then the sound of a motorcycle cut through the music. Hugo arrived. He rode a new bike, his clothes sharply ironed, hair freshly shaved, dark sunglasses hiding his eyes. At 40, he didn't look his age. He carried himself with confidence, money, and mystery. He stepped down, walked straight to Purity, and admired her openly. Purity felt uncomfortable. Oma felt desire. Hugo bought them Fanta and asked for Purity's phone number. Purity had no phone. Oma quickly offered hers, explaining they lived in the same compound and she would always pass the phone to Purity. That was the beginning of the lie. Unknown to Purity, Oma began secretly dating Hugo. She met him behind palm wine bushes, near abandoned farms, and sometimes in a small room his friend rented on the edge of the village. She stopped attending school regularly. Eventually, she dropped out completely. Gifts replaced books. Money replaced books. Money replaced lessons. Promises replaced childhood. The village knew. Everyone knew. They knew Hugo had HIV. They knew his first wife was sick but still alive, quietly taking her medication. They knew he had married another second wife before Oma, a woman who later died from the same virus. They knew the danger. But no one spoke. Not his mother. Not his sisters. Not his brothers. Not the elders. Silence was cheaper than truth. When Hugo suddenly disappeared from Purity's life, she asked Oma. Oma lied calmly, saying he had stopped calling. She warned Purity that Hugo was a bad man. Purity believed her and moved on, trusting her best friend. 2 months later, the betrayal was unveiled. Oma was pregnant. Hugo arrived at her family house with gifts, wrappers for her mother, food, drinks, and money. No one asked questions. No one cared about her age. No one asked why a child had stopped going to school. Purity found out on the day of the traditional marriage. The groom was Hugo. Her heart shattered. She cried until her chest burned. She cursed Oma in pain and disbelief. Oma showed no remorse. She only smiled and said, "Overtaking is allowed." Marriage became a nightmare. Oma entered Hugo's house and met his first wife, still alive, weak, bitter, and angry. She fought with her constantly. She fought with his children who were her mates. His daughter, the same age as her, looked at her with hatred. Oma later discovered she was the third wife. Still, no one told her the truth. Hugo and his first wife continued taking their medication in secret. Oma grew sick. Her skin dried. Her body weakened. She lost her baby after birth. She cried, treated herself with herbs, prayed endlessly, still, no one spoke. Until she found out. She was HIV positive. The village pitied her loudly but protected the man quietly. Shamed and broken, Oma fled to the city to stay with her siblings. She began medication, regained weight, regain beauty, but not peace. She returned. Hugo begged. She accepted. But bitterness had replaced innocence. She began cheating with younger men, reckless and angry. When she was caught, the village gathered. Elders shouted. Women cursed. As they chased her out, she screamed. My mother betrayed me. I am just a child. I was charmed. I am the same age as his daughter. He ruined my life. Her cries echoed, unanswered. 5 months later, she died. Purity stood at a distance, trembling, not with fear, but gratitude. She lifted her eyes to the sky and whispered, Thank you, God, for protecting me.